And she said, lately I try to limit my interactions with white people as much as possible.
What?
And with the self-importance and performance, especially during Black History Month. This next one right here is a Mercer theology professor who wrote in a devotional, "Dear God, please help me to hate white people, or at least I want to hate them."
It's always worse. It's always much worse. The fact that there are professors writing this, like people with PhDs.
Yeah.
I'm Addison Smith with Campus Reform. We are here at the streets of Georgetown University today to get students' reactions to some of the craziest tweets, craziest comments that professors have made. Do students think that professors are actually able to completely separate their politics from the classroom? No animosity,
Yes,
no
of course.
bias whatsoever?
Yes.
Let's find out. So a lot of students
Of course they are.
oftentimes complain about professors bringing their personal politics into the classroom. Have you guys experienced this, or do you think that that's a problem at all?
Well, I've definitely experienced it. I mean, we go to Georgetown, everything's political, let's be honest here.
I'm in the business school, and I personally haven't seen it as much as other people have talked about it, but I know friends.
I used to want to go to Georgetown so bad, bro. Probably because they had Allen Iverson there. I want to go to Georgetown. Not like, it wasn't like a dream school, but I used to think to myself like, oh, it'd be cool to be there. But I think professors can separate it. I mean, I'm in college. I mean, I think they can.
That don't take business school classes, a lot of them have complained and said that they often can only express like one typical viewpoint.
I think that it's mostly a good thing, so I don't have issue.
I think most professors will keep their politics outside of the classroom.
I think it's normal, like, because everybody has their own opinion on politics, obviously. So I think in class, it's professional to keep it out of the conversation, just to be respectful. But like, you know, in private, like everybody can talk about their opinions.
Do you trust your professors or professors in general that they'll be impartial to students, that they won't, let it affect how they grade them or how they treat them?
No, I think there's always going to be like some degree of bias.
I do. At Georgetown,
Whoa.
everything is political, and I think that if you make everything political, then you have to kind of be partial when you are grading other students, because you know that they do have other opinions that aren't the same as yours. We are a very liberal campus, and when you have students who don't necessarily share the same views as professors, and then they're being treated differently in class, or their opinions are being treated differently in class, it's very obvious to everyone.
And I don't think at the end of the day anyone's going to be graded poorly for just having an opinion. I don't think that's what we're necessarily about here, for sure.
I feel like they don't influence my personal views. I feel like we can foster really great debate without really hurting each other.
I don't see that being something, maybe there's other professors in the school that do that, but not in my opinion.
I think all the professors I've met have been pretty good in that area.
I would hope a professor wouldn't allow their personal opinions about politics alter the way they grade their assignments. That sounds extremely immoral and unjust, especially if you're a teacher. Like, if they're a good writer, give them a good grade. Don't take points off because they put a political term in it that you didn't like. That's just not right. I haven't seen this, but hey, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, I think that's what our university stands for, right? Because this is Georgetown, so it's like really liberal, and so basically we are really inclusive in terms of different opinions.
Colleges have kind of skewed in one direction on the political spectrum. I feel like there's less like tolerance for a diverse viewpoint.
I wanted to read to you real quick a few tweets and statements professors have made and get your reactions to it. This is an Iowa State sociology professor, and she said, lately I try to limit my interactions with white people as much as possible.
What?
Can't with the self-importance and performance, especially during Black History Month. This next one right here is a Mercer theology professor who wrote in a devotional, "Dear God, please help me to hate white people, or at least I want to hate them. At least
Oh my God. I'm always so shocked when I see stuff like this, because it's always worse. It's always much worse than I ever think it could be. Like, I can't even imagine this being real. But it is real, so I guess I don't gotta imagine it. It means right here in my face. The fact that there are professors writing this, like people with PhDs. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just I literally cannot believe this. I can't.
I want to stop caring about them individually and collectively. We have a Syracuse religion professor who said that conservatism is a euphemism for white supremacy. And then this last one right here is from a Drake English professor who said, I was just pondering how much hatred I feel towards all the Republican they need to suffer. So you see those tweets, reaction.
That's just, those people are crazy. I mean, I think that's absolutely insane.
That is extreme.
Surprising, but not necessarily shocking. I think it's fair to say that a lot of people feel that way, but it's not necessarily voiced this way on campus here.
It's not appropriate, I guess, to say these things because there's still a platform for professors to, like, you know, voice their opinion.
To this day, none of those professors have been fired. Do you think that they should be?
No.
Why not?
Because they...
And I'm not really for the censorship. I'm not. But I think they should be fired. Well, yeah, I think I think they should be reprimanded and fired. And the reason I'm saying that is because what if they have white students? My thing is this, bro. And that might be my catchphrase. My thing is this. I say that a lot. Here's what's happening. You have professors who have a profound hatred of another group or a profound hatred of another race. What do you think is going to happen if that race or group is in their classroom? They're going to be literally prejudiced against that group. Against that person. No matter what they do, just the sight of them is going to make their job unfair. And there's something called academic dishonesty that students are held to in college, meaning that if you cheat on an assignment or if you just do something on an assignment that you're not supposed to do, you're expelled from the university or you're reprimanded seriously. And I think teachers or professors should be held to that same standard. If there is reasonable cause or a reasonable doubt that you're going to grade this student fairly based on their skin color or, their viewpoints, political viewpoints, and it's not relevant to your class, then you need to be fired, bro. And this ties on that. I believe in free speech, though, but this is just on a new level of, like, it's a danger to the students in your class. So just for that, I think they should let him go. But
are expressing the point of view of the minority, and I don't think the minority's point of view should ever be suffused as much as the harmful majority point of view.
There was another video of a professor saying she hopes Trump supporters die before the election.
And I've become the type of person where I hope they all get it and die. I'm sorry, but I said to somebody yesterday, I hope they all die before the election.
Let's say you were a Trump supporter and a professor said...
She said she wants Trump supporters to what? That is crazy. Bro. Like this. And no, bro. You can't say that. That is... Like, why are they so harsh? Like, they say the most evil things. It's like, I'm laughing because it's kind of unbelievable that I'm hearing this. Like, I can't even imagine. It feels like I'm in an episode of the Boondocks or something. Like, these are real people saying this stuff. It is...
That she hoped all Trump supporters died before the election. Would you feel comfortable with her knowing you were a Trump supporter?
No, of course not, no.
If you were a Trump supporter, would you let her know that in your class, or would you try to hide it?
I mean, I would probably try to hide it. Yeah.
Why?
I would be scared, yeah, for her lashing out towards me. If I had a professor who felt that strongly against my views, I would be uncomfortable taking their class.
There's clearly those professors have deeper issues than just what's being said, and they have something messed up in their mind. So
should they be fired?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's very irresponsible for any university to.
Yeah, firing probably shouldn't even be enough. They should probably be like in a psych ward or something along those lines. Like I believe in free speech, but these professors need to be in like a psych ward, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, they are a little crazy. Like, these are crazy takes, and I had to think about it because y'all know, like, Nah, they need to be in a psych ward, bro. This is insane. Like, all of them, firing is just not enough. They need to be somewhere locked away from others, because this is not okay.
White people who can't express their political views in a professional way.
Reading those tweets, it's very much like, I try not to interact with white people. That could be a problem to bring into the classroom, because as a white student, of course, like, I would want you to be able to interact with.
Yeah, you're gonna have to interact with some white students.
I can certainly see why students would feel very uncomfortable in a situation like that.
If you saw your professor tweeting that about people that believe things that you believe in and people who are the skin color that you are, if you're a white person and conservative, you can't help but think in the back of your mind that they might show some bias towards you in the classroom. Do you think?
I've actually never thought about that.
They have signed control over your campus performance and the grading and everything, so I won't be comfortable with that.
Yeah, that was insane, man. If you have any suggestions for me, comment down below. That was for Jojo. I'll see you.